Listen, many people have been talking about and seeing about and hearing about and researching and looking into the SBA loans and grants. And that's a good thing. But you must understand a couple of things. Hello, you got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk to you about SBA loans, the benefits, and some things you must know just in general on the back end of the SBA loans that I think can serve you well. So what is the SBA loan? Well, basically they're a disaster loan, and they have an EIDL loan, and they're giving some grants as well. And depending on, and they also do the PPP, which is the protective payment plan or whatever. It basically protects individuals who have employees, gives them a certain loan, and with that loan, they're able to pay their employees and different expenses, things of that nature, and they're able to have it forgiven if they go through the process properly. But that's not what this video is about. I may do a video on that in a different video, but I just want to talk about the individual who wants to apply for the SBA loans and grants. Now, first of all, some people are thinking that they may not qualify because it's just them and they're just running a sole proprietor business or a 1099. That fits you as well. If you look at the form, it states that if you're a sole proprietorship, then you can also apply. If you have less than 500 employees, which is a lot of companies, you can also apply. So it's a lot of things that you can do. And this includes, but not limited to, the individual who only has a social security number. It's great if you have an EIN, tax ID number, but if you only have a social security number, then you can apply as well. It doesn't take that long. It's pretty easy for the most part, but we help people fill out W-4 forms for years now. And even though it's simple, some people just like guidance and assistance. So it doesn't cost you to fill out the form, but some people just like guidance and assistance in the process, or having somebody to, do it with them or for them even. But it's not a cost associated with the filling out of the form. But what I find is that many people are lagging in a couple of areas. So if you're the individual and you want some assistance, I think it's a good idea, because I was on the phone with a young lady yesterday, matter of fact, and basically when I was talking to her, I assisted her in the process, like, yeah, it's easy, you fill it out, boom. Some people get, loans, some people get approved for grants. I actually got a grant, but I was talking to her, and what I wanted to point to her more than anything was other services that I have. So I have other services that I offer centered around personal financial success, centered around getting out of debt, bettering your credit, because we all need that type of education. But from a business owner standpoint, sole proprietorship standpoint, and she was fairly new in her business, but she's been doing it for this year. And basically, many people who are just starting their business don't know the perks of having a business other than the ability to earn income. And that's a huge mistake. If you don't know the purposes of having a business other than just the ability to write your own check, then you're in trouble. Because many people go into business for the freedom. Like, yeah, I just want to be my own boss because it sounds good. I just want to, be able to make as much money and not have a salary cap because it sounds good. And even though it doesn't have a salary cap, it does take some work. But it's more perks to being a business owner, and I tied into the SBA loan, but it's more perks to being a business owner other than just being your own boss or writing your own check. So what are they? If you're a business owner with a sole proprietorship, whether you have an LLC or, a corporation, S corp, whatever that is that you have set up your business based on your tax needs, many people don't realize the tax benefits that come along with it. See, a sole proprietorship still can benefit from hundreds of tax deductions. Why is that important? Because wealthy people understand that it's not about your ability to write your own check, meaning it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you can keep legally. So I'll leave with this. If Amazon, we all know Amazon, household name. If I say Amazon, you think one thing. You don't even think about the forest, the Amazon forest. You think about the company. That's how big it is. The Amazon company is $1 trillion company, making billions of dollars. They made millions of dollars since I've been talking to you. And I ain't been talking on this video but a couple of minutes. They made millions of dollars in this time frame. So it's a huge company. So we know they make a ton of money. Billions of dollars a year, $1 trillion value company, the whole 9 yards. However, did you know that last year they paid zero in taxes. Zero. But the everyday individual who works a job that may make $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 pays a lot more than zero in taxes. Every paycheck, many times it's coming out of your paycheck, pays a lot more than zero on taxes. How is that legally possible? It's very legal. And it is possible if you understand certain things. You being a sole proprietorship, operating your business, and you're on the verge of making a profit, or you're already profitable, or your intent is to be profitable, you qualify for a ton of tax deductions. But the key is keeping a record. So when I was talking to the young lady, she has a seafood business, and she realized that it was a need in her area. And immediately when she got started and put it out there that she was going to be making seafood platters and delivering them or whatever the case may be, and she has a license in terms of making sure she's protected and able to serve food. So she's covered in that area, but she got a ton of orders, and it was just her. She was the only person operating the business. So she got more orders than she can actually handle. But what she didn't know was the tax benefits associated to it. Even though you're a sole proprietorship with only your social security number, she didn't realize that when she paid for the styrofoam containers to serve the food in, when she paid for the seafood, the crab legs, the crab cakes, the whatever lobster, whatever shrimp, whatever she sells, when she paid for those things, she was just looking at it like, okay, I'm going to pay $20 for these items. I'm going to be able to get 2 or 3 plates out of what I just purchased. I sell it for $20 a piece, and I made a $40 profit, something like that. She was only thinking about the profit. However, she forgot or didn't know or wasn't aware that the $20 that she paid for the item is tax deductible. Why is that important? That's because Amazon understands that they spend a lot of money on things that help make their business profitable. And as an individual, you have to understand that as well. Because if you spend money in order to make your product even deliverable, then those are things that are tax deductible. In addition, I let her know, look, it's all about keeping records. Track everything that you've been spending thus far, even if you've thrown some receipts away. If you have some online transactions, track it, save it. Get with your tax professional. Disclaimer, I'm not your, I have been certified to prepare taxes, but I'm not a CPA or accountant or enrolled agent, things of that nature. I just understand enough that has benefited me, but has also benefited others. And I know if she keeps proper records and she hands over the documentation to her tax professional, then she can save money. So at the end of the year, she might have made $100,000, but it cost her to run a business $30,000. So now you lowered your tax liability and probably even dropped the tax bracket. So yeah, you might have made $100,000, but they can't tax you on that $100,000. You don't want them to tax you on the most. You want them to tax you on the least after you've documented your expenses. She even made deliveries for those food, as I stated. And I'm going to tie it into the SBA loan. I know you're at the edge of your seat, but she even made deliveries on her journey to deliver the food. She accumulated a certain amount of mileage. I just asked, so how many miles just on average? She said, well, yesterday I delivered and it was 20 miles away. I said, is that one way or round trip? She said, oh, no, that was one way. So round trip, 40 miles. On average, the government usually gives you the ability to write off your mileage if it's business related. And it's usually about 53 cents or more. Sometimes it's 56, sometimes it's 57 and a half. It wavers, but it's usually over 50 cents in order to drive your vehicle and build your business, basically. So in her case, that would have been 40 miles. Well, if you get 50 cents a mile, then that's $20 plus. If it's over 50 cents, it's $20 plus for that 40-mile round trip. Why is that important? Because many people over the course of the year end up driving about 10,000 miles. If it's business, then that 10,000 miles equals over $5,000 in tax deductions alone. So tax deductions are big as it relates to your mileage. But these are some of the pillars that people need to understand, because if it goes to the point where they decide or they get qualified, and it's the confirmation that they receive, and they receive their SBA loan or grant, then guess what? That money that they receive was the intent of the money initially was to put it towards the business. So that's what you want to do. Put it towards the business. And when you put money towards your business, the tax incentives for putting money towards your business are there. meaning that you can spend 100% on your business, and 100% of the money that you spent is tax deductible, because you needed the money for advertisement. You needed the money for product. You needed the money to be able to deliver your product or service if you're driving your car. So all of those things go into play. So don't just get qualified for the SBA loan without some type of guidance. You might need some things that help you understand and know how to properly track your records, know how to properly track your mileage, know how to do certain things that can just put you in a better position as a business owner. So as it relates to filling out the SBA loans, a lot of people are qualifying, a lot of people are getting grants, and a lot of people are using it to grow their business, which is an amazing thing. But don't forget, the money that you put into your business is tax deductible. Don't forget that, because now you create a win-win scenario. It's almost like the money that you spend is free. You're not looking at it like a loss, like I had to spend this. It's automatically an investment because you were able to buy what you were purchasing to bring it to your business to sell, but you're writing it off at the end of the year. And sometimes that stuff is dollar for dollar. Some of it is percentages depending on what it is, but sometimes the tax deductions can appear to be dollar for dollar. So you want to track everything, and then let the tax professional determine, okay, we can't keep this, we can't keep that, and they'll omit what isn't keepable, if that's a word. But that being said, in conclusion, understand that the SBA loans are real. They're really providing value for a ton of people. And if you take advantage of it, you may get approved. But consider having some guidance that provides additional service and education and knowledge to go along with it, because I see so many people getting qualified, but they don't have an ounce of education to go along with it. That's where the problem lies. If you don't have an ounce of education to go along with it, so you understand money, finances, how to be profitable, balance statements, and things of that nature, then you're at a loss. You got the money, and then you just spent it on some stuff, and you didn't realize how to make that money double in terms of spending it and writing it off. And that's basically on your regular expenses as well, not just your loan. So just wanted to conclude with that, because so many people qualify, but they do not understand the power of tax deductions and more. So if you like assistance, let me know, reach out, put a comment below, or your email address, or whatever the case may be. Our information is there to where you can connect with our social media platforms and just send us an inbox. Mind you, filling out the form is free. It doesn't take long, but sometimes there are some particulars that people mess up on or make a mistake on. But what we do is we assist people in their process, but we provide additional services, consultations that allow people to take that knowledge and make it profitable for them, and our time is worth money. So that being said, we don't mind assisting you in that process and providing you a ton of value and helping you in more ways than one, whether that's credit, regardless, whether you need the software, we have all of those things, whether you just need some consultation, then we have that available to you as well. So hopefully this video served you well. This is for the individual who was, considering the loan, has not applied for the loan, but doesn't have all of their things in a row, their ducks in a row in terms of tax deductions. Now, if you already, set up properly, I get it. This video is not for you. I was speaking to the individual who does not understand the power of the tax laws, why you're even in business. It's not just about writing your own check, but it's also about keeping more of your check. So my call to action is, be like Amazon. Make a lot of money, but keep all of it legally. That's all I got. Mr. Smith, signing out.